What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And yes, oh man. So apparently, the supreme ruler of Iran has been taken out here. Very recently here, a few hours ago, as the recording of this broadcast here. So we're here now. Wondering if we're about to go to war, things like that. Yeah, it's crazy out here, but this is where we at. So, I got a few things here and a couple of videos I wanted to share with you guys here on the broadcast and things like that. Get your opinions, thoughts, get down in the comments, let me know. But we're going to dive off into this. So let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
There are reports as we come on the air that Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has been killed in today's joint attack by the U.S. and Israel. This, according to a senior Israeli official and a major Israeli broadcaster reporting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been shown a photo of Khamenei's body. Khamenei has been the leader of Iran since 1989. This would be big news if, in fact, true. He's the longest-serving autocrat in the Middle East. The 86-year-old previously served as Iran's president, and he has controlled Iran's foreign and military policy, including its nuclear program, for decades. So let's get to Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan, who's been following this for us as well. Margaret, what do we know at this hour?
Well, Tony, I can tell you what my sources and our CBS reporting is at this hour. And a senior Israeli official told me that based on the bomb damage assessment seen at this point, the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is presumed to be dead. That is as precise as the Israeli government is getting at this point in the confirmation they are sharing within their own government. Outside their government, within the political party of Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister, our reporters in Israel is hearing that members of the political party he belongs to are also being informed that Khamenei is dead. So you don't yet have official confirmation in terms of, for example, something as hard as a DNA sample, something that the U.S. government often waits for. But you have, based on a bomb damage assessment, a bomb damage from that explosion on the compound where he was believed to be earlier today. That is what the Israeli government is signaling. And you had earlier today an oblique reference made by the prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, in a speech where he said it looked like the signs are that the Ayatollah is no more. So that is what we know at this hour. Significant that the 86-year-old supreme leader, riddled with cancer, but very much the institution of the Iranian regime himself, is presumed to be dead at this hour in this surprise attack launched by the U.S. and Israel, which is swiftly looking like it may become a regional war.
Mark.
So this is where we at here, people. And from what's being said here, sneak attack, things like that. This is a very volatile situation. You know, the Israel Iran situation Jesus, man, this is wild out here. I'm just reporting on this. I'm trying to figure out things like that. Get down in the comments, let me know what you guys are thinking. Definitely on this situation here. This is crazy. And also too, we trying to figure out what the business is at this point. Definitely if we're declaring war here. Definitely if we're declaring war. So yeah, I got a couple of more things here that we're going to go to and check some stuff out. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Because it's a lot in the game here. It's a lot in the game. So let's do this now. Real talk.
Out across the country, people yelling beautiful. Some people thanking President Trump, saying it was the powerful actions of President Donald Trump. They're calling him a savior. Now we're hearing from the Israeli ambassador to the U.S. that the supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, has been killed. that they have a body. We haven't seen forensic evidence. We haven't seen either Netanyahu or Trump speak. In the event that the supreme leader dies, according to Article 111 of the Constitution, there's a three-tier process that's supposed to take place. There's a council president, a judiciary chief, and a cleric from the Guardian Council that's supposed to be put in place. So will the remnants of the government, who's still there, is Ali Larijani in charge? He's still very significant. There are still significant players, but there have only been two supreme leaders throughout this whole history. Khamenei being the second after Khomeini.
So who is next in line here? Talk to me about the path of succession.
Right. Now that's always
they must have had a plan.
Right. It's always been in question. The plan really was put in place just recently because his son, who's in his late 50s, they were like, is he going to be the successor? And he's one of those family members that has benefited from the graft and the corruption and has just been on Instagram showing off his Bentleys and his wealth, much to the chagrin of many regular Iranians. The economy has been in tatters since the snapback sanctions. It was the Bazaris, the middle class, that started the protests. It's spread to Kurdistan, Baluchistan. They talk about the minority groups, but this isn't the equation of Iraq. It's not the equation of Baghdad or Beirut, both the places where I've lived, or of Hamas. This is a singular equation. As I said before, this would be the head of the snake, the most significant. And Gen Z has no problem taunting. They've been saying death to Ayatollah for weeks, especially after those massacres on January 8th and 9th. And Reza Pahlavi, the former crown prince, he says he's ready to come in as an intermediary. Many people do support him, but we don't have polls in Iran. I can't tell you, except on the back of the envelope equation, that out of over 90 million people, there's a majority that wanted this.
And for people who don't know about Reza, this is someone who was exiled.
Yes, because his father was exiled. He was overthrown the Shah. And there was a lot of corruption, and the U.S. was blamed for supporting him, and that's why the U.S. became the devil, the death to Israel, the death to U.S. What we saw is all this propaganda from the late 70s, the killings, the hostage taking, going straight through 80s in Beirut to Baghdad, the Iraq war up until now. But the difference now is the social media, people wanting this, saying they want it inside Iran, celebrations breaking out across the country.
And this is what's going on here. So we're hearing a lot of things here. We're trying to, I'm carrying you guys through this, trying to figure out what's going on here. Definitely, like I said, my huge question is that are we officially at war and things like that as America? And it is what it is here. So we're going to hear from the president and see what he has to say.
Its military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death. Finally, to the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond.
So, you heard the president and what he had to say, and things like that. Trump is, basically saying, go ahead on it after this situation, take back your government and things. And from what I've been seeing to people on the ground over there have been, celebrating. So let's keep going. Let's see what some of the people are saying. I'm trying to figure this out. Let's go here now. definitely, as you can see, it's a good celebration going on.
Happy! Never happy in my life now! It's my best ever in my life!
We're in North London in this area that is home to a large Iranian community. And, it's past 11 o'clock at night here, and this is a major street party.
I can say one word, bittersweet. I'm going to say I'm happy the dictator is out, and it's kind of like a beginning of the end now. It's going to be peace for the world, peace for the Middle East.
I couldn't believe it on the news. I was like, is it really happening? Is he dead? Is he really dead? I cried so much at home.
I mean, you look around here and you see all these flags. You've got the flag of Iran under the monarchy, under the Shah, the lion and sun flag. You've got the Israeli and American flags as well, people waving those. And we have people coming up telling us, thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Bibi Netanyahu.
Wow. So, it seems to be that now this was from London. The first video, the previous one I showed you was in, Iran. Okay. So yeah, people seem to be celebrating and things like that. Let's keep going. Let's check some more stuff out here.
Supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, is officially dead. They killed him. They found his body. Reports came in. Let me tell you why this is big. This is not killing a president. This is not killing a prime minister. This is not killing a king. You're killing the supreme leader of a religion. This is number 2 to God. They killed. And by the way, the last time the supreme leader was alive, I was in Iran. It was June 3rd, 89. When he died, Khomeini, I was in fifth grade at a school called Gulbenkian, and it was chaotic in Iran because their hero died. This guy didn't die. They killed him. By the way, according to reports, 81% of Iranians hate this regime and they want it to be changed. Not 61%, not 51%, not 31%. Nearly 81% want this person to be gone, and he's gone. So what happens next? Trump killed Qasem Soleimani, reputation. Now he kills the supreme leader, combined with a couple different countries. How many people are on IRGC side? How many countries? Maybe a handful? Who's supporting them? Who? You don't think people are sitting there saying, well, about 180 countries are against you. Why? Because how many countries go around the world saying death upon America, death upon America, death upon infidels? Who says that? You don't think the president and his team wanted to negotiate with you guys to say, just say you're never going to have nuclear weapons? No, just for 3 years so you can be out and then we can get another Biden in and we can go out there and do all that stuff. So
what do you say, just for 3 years so we can get him out and get another Biden in? Wow. Jesus, man. Wow. Oh my goodness, man. This is wide open out here, man. And this trumps the Venezuela situation by a very high degree, because definitely this situation is been an ongoing thing for a long time, on this planet with, Iran and Israel and, America, all this crazy stuff going on, the Middle East. Man, oh my goodness, man. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? If we're at war, are we not at war? What's really happening here? Let's keep going. Shout out to, Patrick here, Patrick Davis. I do follow him, have been following him for a long time. Man, Jesus Christ. Let's keep going.
Look, whether you're not happy about this because you're an anti-war person, which I totally get. No one wants war. I lived there as a kid. I saw people dying and no one wants that.
Right.
It was the most anxiety, panic as a little boy. Nobody should experience that. Till today, certain, sounds still get me because I go back to being a boy, and I was in the U.S. Army here. Nobody wants to see this happen, except maybe if your name is John Bolton and Lindsey Graham. But for everybody else who is wanting the world to be a safer place, if this gets quickly like this and everybody else sits around and says, hey guys, they're about to kill you and your kids, and you, who's next? Let's just work with these guys. What do you want to do? Guys, we're done. Surrender. Put the flag. We're done, guys. What do you want to do next? Let's make it work. Let's your people go elect somebody they want as a president, whoever it is. Let's go back to having good diplomacy. Let's stop being the agent of chaos in the Middle East, and let's make it a safer place. So, very interesting day for me, because I'll never forget June 3rd, 89. Never. I was 10 years old, about to be 11. So, a great day for a lot of people that feel liberated, and none of this would have happened without President Trump.
Man, so it is what it is here, man. A lot of people are celebrating this action that went down and things like that so far. Man, this is the situation at hand. Like I said, get down in the comments, let me know what you guys think and stuff like that. If you are from Iran or the US and you live over here and you have ancestry from Iran, things like that, let me know in the comments, how you feel, what's going down, because this is a whole situation. I definitely want to know what you guys think if we are headed for, if America's headed for war with Iran. Will they strike back? What's going on? How things will go? Just basically just reporting on this situation here at this point. I'm totally neutral in the whole situation. Just bringing you guys the news from my point on the bottom line news. You know how my channel rolls. It just is what it is here. But I do have to bring, definitely serious news when it's time to bring this shit, because this is real out here and this will affect everybody in America if we happen to need to go to war or do go to war. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.